Sim Racing 454 here, and welcome to episode 1 of my new series of track reviews. Now, I love downloading new tracks and testing them out with different kinds of cars, so I figured why not do a review on some of these. So, the first track we're going to do is the LuccaRing version 1.0 by IR Syndico. Now, there is a standard definition and a high definition version of this track. I have the SD version installed for no particular reason, so technically there is a slightly better quality out there. So I will leave a link in the description so you can download it yourself. Now, this track is a street circuit based around the streets of Tuscany, Italy, and we're going to drive the Maserati Gran Turismo MC GT4, which I think is fitting given it's an Italian car as well. So let's get going. You just gotta love the sound of that Maserati. Now, the format, we're gonna drive around the track, and so you can see the layout of it, the graphic details, whatever. And then I'll talk a little bit about the cameras, and the AI as well. So going about into turn 1, I guess technically kind of turn 2. But you can immediately see the graphics and the 3D details that this developer did. I am just blown away by all the structures, and I can't imagine how long that took the developer to do. And you can see street lights, the trees. Look at all the buildings. And there's an Esso right there. That's cool. I couldn't tell you how accurate this is into real life in terms of these structures, but in any case, it is awesome. Obviously, the track is a little bit bumpy, which I think is perfect because it is a street circuit. I mean, you can see the lines on the road for, you know, which direction to go and whatnot for the actual traffic. You can see street lights. The curbs are relatively high, but that's not a big deal because, at least with this car, there's that bump that's always there. Anyways, the curbs. You can get onto the curbs without really upsetting the car, even though they are quite high. At least with this car. I'll show you here. I'll hit this one. So, not too bad. But it really doesn't matter where on the track you go. There's detail. The street lights, the trees, the barriers. You can see all kinds of structures and people all over the place, which it makes it very immersive. And the sense of speed is very high since it's actually quite narrow. In fact, it's really quite narrow. Oh yeah, that downshift. In this really tight corner here. It's not a very long track, but it's still over 2 minutes with this car in terms of lap times. So that is one lap of the LuccaRing, and let's show you what it's like for the AI. The AI, I'd say, is far from perfect, at least on the first lap of the full grid, as it's a bit of a crash fest. I think the biggest problem is trying to get a big group of cars through a single race line. This brings the cars to a halt in a couple different places, as you can see here. There are also a few spots where the AI don't know when to back off, and it ends up clipping the barriers, causing some crashes. I was running 100% strength with 100% aggression, so perhaps lowering the aggression could help some of these problems, but it's hard to say. Once the cars spread out, the racing is actually pretty good, and the AI is quite fast. Having just minimal laps of practice, I found it quite hard to keep up. But get to some side-by-side racing, and it's only a matter of time before they hit the wall. As for the cameras, this is another area to highlight. There are no less than 4 different trackside camera sets with some great placement, which makes replays very enjoyable. Now let's go for a hot lap. So that's episode 1 of my track review videos. Please tell me what you think. If you like it, hit the like button. If you have any ideas or suggestions, let me know as well. I'm always willing to make improvements and adjustments. I mean, this is only the pilot episode. As for the track, I think it's a fantastic track. Not the most enjoyable track in the world in terms of the driving feel and just the flow of it, but excellent job on the details, the graphics, and all that stuff. And so that really makes up for a lot, and I think the work that the developer did is top notch, and I hope he makes more tracks, because this is great stuff. So with that, please subscribe, and hopefully have some more track review videos coming out in the near future. And as always, thanks for watching.